Hi, I'm Ari, and this is Olli. We're experienced digital entrepreneurs from southern Finland. We've been working since 2012 on different kinds of design projects, big and small. In Nutfarm, I do most of the VFX and music related things, as well as manage the business. Olli is a senior 3D artist and script lord with an impressive background in web development. In 2017, we started attending game jams to get more deeply into game development. And in 2019, we got initial seed funding from Sisu Game Ventures to start Nutfarm, the home of future game industry superstars, with the aim of bringing old school attitude to new school players via the medium of game. But more on that later. All right, let's go inside. And now, the rest of the team. This is Väiski. He does all the hard work writing code and stuff. Also sometimes he plays games pretty well. He really likes to optimize stuff. This is Nacho, our animator and official hairy man. He's also sometimes loud, but it's okay, he's mostly harmless. This is our freshman Lauri. He's also a high school friend and the only guy with an education and an actual previous career in product development. Lauri does his share of coding, level design and audio as well. We're building a sci-fi fantasy universe that will carry us via a number of games growing in scope, from being a small indie studio to eventually challenging big AAA studios in quality and depth of content. In the future, we're aiming to make more games in a shorter period of time, with around 10 to 15 hours of content, and add DLC to successful titles. The production quality will be comparable to AAA games, but we hope to scale down the scope of a single game closer to a AA, III type budget. Our first real game is Children of the Eclipse, an action-adventure shooter set in a utopian retro-futuristic sci-fi world.
When I signed up to be a synthesizer, I didn't think I'd be fighting bandits and zombie cyborgs while uncovering some epic conspiracy to expand human consciousness over space and time.
The game is set in the O universe, a far future utopian world populated by unforgettably weird characters, wild parties, plenty of trippy humor and totally over-the-top levels of action. Children of the Eclipse tells the story of Pilot and Flexbot, a pair of knowledge hunters, also known as synthesizers, which are kind of a cross between a scientist and a detective, hunting down Rogue General, a military scientist gone, well, rogue. We have three unique mechanical features in Children of the Eclipse that kind of make it stand out. First one is shared health. This eliminates the need for a revive feature when playing with friends, and the annoying metagame of carrying a weaker player. Both players share a single health bar, with Flexbot getting an extra layer of armor on top of that. Second, weapon damage types. All player weapons have two different fire modes that are efficient against different enemies, so managing your arsenal is important, especially on harder difficulties. Third, merge mode. Players can join forces as a single tank unit to fight special enemies, pass environmental hazards, and access otherwise inaccessible areas. We're looking at a price point of around $25 for the core game, with around 10 to 15 hours of content for the first playthrough without too much exploration. We have the mechanics for the core game in place. Now it's time to create content, do some public testing and polish the whole thing. For this we're looking for a development budget of 250,000 euros, which is roughly $300,000. as we aim to finish Children of the Eclipse in 2021.
Oh, my statue!
We're outsourcing the voiceover work and some of the modeling and animation. This is included in the development budget. What we really need help with right now is exposure. We know our attitude and our product sells, but we need to get our message through to as many people as possible. We also need help with porting. We want to be on Xbox and PlayStation, on Nintendo Switch and possibly on mobile platforms too. Cloud streaming is an obvious option. 2020 was kind of nasty, so we made some web design projects for profit. We also updated our previous game, Exploding Babies, in hopes of extra income. Obviously, we love making games full time, and this funding we're seeking would enable us to do that for the rest of the year at least. But in the worst case scenario, we have everything set up for billing for specialist work, like we've done in the past already. We can do anything from web design to asset creation and music production for other games companies if we're short on cash. We have the experience to back it up, so we're not going anywhere. So that's about it. To recap, we want to start small, but we don't want to stay small. We want to rapidly scale up the team and the scope of the future products. We want to create products for tomorrow's hardcore gamers. Compact packages of tight gameplay and a coherent storyline inside a big, expansive universe with endless franchise potential. To get started, we need proper funding. We're confident in our skills to create products that stand the test of time. We're future games industry superstars. And now, as we are finished, we'll run to the nearest sauna. Woo-hoo!